We will press the record button now and turn it over to you. John, you probably have to unmute there.
Okay, everybody hear me okay? All right.
Yep.
Let's see, just setting up a few more things and we'll be ready. I'll be ready for you. Facebook changed their layout. I don't know if any of you have, I guess, agreed to allow them to change their layout, but it's kind of throwing me off a little bit here. So let's see, I'm going to share my screen and later. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Let's see.
You're good.
All right, we're good. Okay, so as usual, just like everybody else, I've got several browsers open here at the top. And I'm going to go to our, you may need to move the pictures of everybody over to the right a little bit. So you can see the Realtor Branding Goals Checklist. So when Jeremy asked me to do this earlier this week, I basically tried to come up with a couple of pillars and prioritized, what I felt everybody should, no matter where you're at in your career, everybody should be thinking about in priority here. Okay. So the first is the foundation, which would have to do with your website and where I think people are going to go research you, where you're going to funnel them back to, for sure. So that would be your website. I guess that would also be maybe your Facebook business page, and then also your other social media pages. But it should probably start with your Facebook, or I'm sorry, your Zap page. So for those newbies, for sure, start on your bio, and let's jump over to Zap, our awesome CRM. Okay, let me minimize this because I don't need to see faces at this time. But here's our Zap dashboard, right? And let me hide this. You go up here into John, and you go to my website, super easy. And you've got several tabs here, and about me, real easy. You just click on these and you can start adding info about you. It's going to be a little slower because of Zoom, but everybody should do this. If you haven't already done it, you should do that today. Okay. But here's the about me. There's custom pages that you could add. Areas served, sold homes. If you're a rookie, that's not going to pop up, but agent insights. If you're not touring homes, you should be going and touring homes, and then coming back and talking about them. So that's step one. Let's go back to come up with a catchy slogan. A neighbor of mine came up with every house you get DeCurtins. And that was probably like 5-6 years ago. And we didn't break it out until last year. And I can't tell you, I would say once a week, somebody mentions with every house you get DeCurtins. They love it. People just love it. I know it's corny, and that's why it took us a while to break it out. But I think I'm gaining some benefits on that I didn't expect. So think of a catchy slogan. And I was thinking about this too. Here I am 12 years into this and 500 transactions in, and I just changed it, just last year. So it's okay, I think, to evolve your brand a little bit, I think everybody does. One of my best buddies, family owns Gold Star, 85 restaurants they have that they run. And they just completely created a brand new prototype in the last 3 years. So evolve. Don't be scared to go change that. Go get a domain. So this is a checklist. So really everybody should probably print this, and especially the newbies, print this and be checking stuff off. Okay. Go get a domain. GoDaddy is the top one that you're going to see advertised. I use HostMonster. I probably have like 10, 12 domains that I pay for, $15 a year. And and then create an email for that with that slogan. All right, very easy to do. Must have a professional photo. Got to do it. No doubt about it. Follow the rules. This is just a reminder too. If you look up here at ERA, our brokerage is actually Real Solutions. Jeremy, you can jump in at any time here, or anybody really. So this is Real Solutions is very important. That must be in all of your branding, and your name and info, your website can't be bigger than Real Solutions. But some of us sometimes just throw ERA, and we can get busted for that. Jeremy, do you want to speak on that quickly?
Sure, and that's true. A lot of times we'll see some of our stuff with only the ERA logo on it. ERA is not a licensed broker in the state of Ohio or Florida. So you have to include your brokerage name on there, which for us here is Real Solutions needs to be on there.
Okay, so very very important. And then ERA, the franchise has specific color codes that you must follow, and you should follow. You know, one thing I hate about one of the bigger brands here, especially in Cincinnati, you know, KW, which I think makes no sense whatsoever, is they have, we've got a little bit of feedback, but they have, they allow their agents to have different, I guess, brands. And you'll see like 15 to 20 different signs out there, and there's no continuity at all. So I beg you to follow, you know, let's look consistent, because I think it looks more professional. Jeremy has the official ERA colors in Converse. If you need help, just reach out. Okay. I did want to show two quick websites. Chris Sanker is one of them, who's out of our OTR office, but check this out. I mean, you talk about professional. This is it right here. Now, if you click on properties, it takes you to his Zap page. So this is a landing page for him, but this photo, it really starts from the foundation from your website. This is just fantastic stuff. And you scroll down, this is another level. This is how you go from, you know, 50,000, 25 to 50,000 to 100 to 200 to 300 right here. You've got videos of Chris. Here he is at a restaurant. Here he is at his, where he represents 3CDC, downtown Cincinnati at the Parvis Lofts. Here he is walking the streets. I feel like so many realtors that can't take it to the next level don't put their best foot forward. And here's Chris just taking it to another level. Blown me away in the last year. Good job, Chris. And then obviously the top team and leader of ERA Real Solutions Realty is Amy Clark and her team. I love her website. If you haven't checked it out, so many of our agents, I feel like in Cincinnati, don't know about Amy and her team, but this website's fantastic. She does use a lead capture site called Boomtown, probably $1,500 a month. That's the going rate. But check her out. For those agents in Cincinnati that don't know about Amy, you know, go to agents here and then click on Amy. And again, boom, she's got a video. This video is fantastic. She's got her mission statement, her values, awards. So when buyers and sellers go to her page, this is pretty impressive. So make sure you check her out, and please start your foundation. Don't do anything else. Start with your Zap page. Okay. Next up, what I feel like, you know, has been successful for me is keep it classy. Your sphere, which is 60% of your business, right? 15% is going to be 15 to 20% is going to be past clients, which a lot of you don't have yet. So you really need to focus on the 60%. They're watching you constantly. They're watching you on Facebook. They're watching you at the grocery store. They're watching you at your school. So I really take pride and give a lot of effort in dressing. You know, I have people come up to me all the time in my family and say, you know, man, you guys always look great. And I just feel like that builds a level of trust. You know, if my car is always clean, and I'm dressed right, and my social posts are classy, and I'm doing classy things, that they're probably going to translate that to my business as well. You know, I had a coach one time, actually for 18 sessions, you know, and he always talked about white collar versus blue collar. And he really talked, you know, he encouraged me to network with try and network with the white collar people, right? Because guess what? That's going to be 250 on up. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but I think if you dress more like the white collar, then you're likely, you know, you're more likely to get the white collar clients. So keep it classy, folks. Okay, so once you get all this set up, right, and you can show off your brand, how are you going to create the brand? So there's several options here that I guess I've used. The first one is going to be free in Canva. Our Anderson office has an account, and it's pretty cool. Anybody, if you want to get access to this account, just email me. But if you look over, so this is Canva, and we do pay a premium. I think it's $100 a year. But if you look on the left, you can see folders of all the agents that have access. Okay. And then there's tons and tons of templates. But what I want to show you is don't think you have to go and recreate the wheel. One beauty about ERA Real Solutions is we're collaborative. We share, even the top agents, Amy Clark, you know, the Chris Sankers, the Mike Wisemans, Mike Vasquez's, you can call them and they'll tell you exactly what they do. But here in Canva is a lot of stuff that we've done over the past 3-4 years. So, you know, feel free to, I like to say, you know, R&D stands for rip off and duplicate, you know, we're all about it here. So, but here's the State Alley, the team, Heather and John Alley. I feel like they do a fantastic job. There's a ton of her stuff in here that looks classy and professional. Okay. So that's the site that I use to try and keep it classy and to make, you know, my product, my listings better than my competition, I guess. So that's Canva. You can go get a free account. You could use a college student. We've done that before. We had a guy last summer. It's amazing, man. These young millennials, what they learn in high school and college. But Gabe Shepard was part of our office 10 hours a week, and he just created stuff for us, $10 an hour, you know. He was amazing. He did fantastic stuff. We do have a company, freelance gal, Melissa. I don't even know her last name, but I think comes from the Clark group. But she'll, you know, when we have really nice stuff, like this is a billboard that we have in Anderson Township where I sell. She created this. Now this is another level. This is not something, you know, she came up with the movie curtains and put the two pictures together. These weren't the same picture of Alicia and I. So if you want to take it to another level, she didn't charge us much. I want to say that was $75 to create that. And we have a couple of more that I'll show you that we have on grocery carts. And then we have a gym in Anderson where there's 6 indoor basketball courts. But here's Heather Alley and what she did for her and John. I'm assuming this was done, you know, here's her logo that she created. And I'm assuming that Melissa did this for her, but maybe she did it. Okay. So that's Melissa. Take advantage of her. She's very inexpensive. Fiverr is for the logo. A lot of our agents have used Fiverr. That's very cheap. Ask for help. Ask other ERA agents. You know, we've all been doing this and can do it. So I would really encourage you to ask the other agents or the managers. Don't try and think that you got to figure it out on your own. We've got a new agent. I'm not sure if he's on the call or not, Josh Cullen. And you know what he did? He posted on Facebook you know, hey, I'm a newer agent trying to figure out what my brand is. And he came up with Close with Cullen, and it's perfect. But he reached out to his sphere, and he had a boatload of replies and suggestions. So that worked out well for him. Okay. So once you get your brand created, and again, it can evolve. You know, where are you going to push it? Are you going to spend some money? Do you have to spend some money? I don't think so. You know, I think most of your focus should be on Facebook and LinkedIn here. I feel like a lot of people that don't want to deal with the you know, I guess the opinions and a lot of things that you see on a Facebook, they're on LinkedIn. And the more that I pay attention to LinkedIn, the more I see people, probably more of the white collar folks, to be honest with you. So, but start with Facebook because that's where your sphere is. I'm going to jump over to my page. So here's my personal page. Again, trying to keep it classy. There's my family. So you see in my personal page, I'm going to pop over to my business page, and they just changed this on me yesterday. So if anybody can chime in or give me some help on how to switch this over, where the heck is my business page? Let's see.
Isn't it under that flag where you have 3 notifications?
Here it is. Okay. All right, here you go. Branding. This is branding without branding myself. Let's move this over a little bit more. I have agents ask me all the time, who takes my photos? And I use Wow Videos, which is ERA's preferred photographer. Okay. So look at this, just one post on April 6th, 245 people reached, 38 engagements. But even I'll even do a $75,000, $80,000 listing, and I will use Wow Videos to shoot my photos. But I have other agents commenting on my photos. I feel like that is very important to my brand. Okay, everybody, it is worth the investment for sure. Let's see. There's Chris Sanker and I had a listing appointment. I don't know if that's completely keeping it classy, but here's our Mason listing. Okay, here you go. Video. Really recommending video. That is branding you, that you're on top of technology, right? You're on cutting edge technology. That should be a post. Guys, you can go steal or use another video of one of our other ERA agents listings and say, hey, check us out. Check out our ERA listing out in Milford. We do these snazzy videos unlike any other realtors. 380 people reached, just one free post. Anything else I need to show you here? Okay, this was a blog that I did on our Zap page. Did your neighborhood appreciate and value 2019 if you're thinking about capitalizing on your home's new value? Okay. That's the beauty of the Zap page, is I think it's a great branding page for you. All right, but photos are terribly important, guys. You really got to pay for the photos. It's an investment. Okay. Let's go over to my Instagram page. Jeremy and Linda and ERA in general are doing some great posts right now. Some images, highly recommend using them. CABR and probably this Columbus MLS. They post data, highly recommend using it. Okay, just copy it. Here's Canva. Take pictures with your clients. That right there, customer service, people want to see pictures of you with people. Okay. This is in our Anderson office. Looks fantastic. OTR's got a great, Montgomery's got a great background for pictures. Use aerial photos. That is branding, believe it or not. Okay. Let's see. You know, if you want to spend money, Chicago Title, how many people know that Chicago Title does our printing at next to nothing? How many are using Chicago Title to use the United States Post Office to send out their EDDM? Does everybody know about EDDM? So yesterday, I sent out 406 flyers to a neighborhood in Anderson around one of the most exclusive country clubs, because I do have buyers looking in this neighborhood. Okay, it's called Coldstream. Look it up. For $77, I sent out 406 postcards. And guess what? The printing cost me very little, very little. So everybody should, I usually do 3 neighborhoods. I think everybody should at least have 1 neighborhood, but it's the neighborhood that I used to live in, the neighborhood that I love in Anderson, and then the neighborhood that I live in now. So I do 3 neighborhoods and I farm them 4 times a year at least. And sometimes I do 8 to 9 times a year. Okay. And I use Canva to do that. I spend $1,250 to $2,500 on my church bulletin. I wish I had that here to show you. I spend $1,250 on my kids, where there's 6 indoor gyms where my kids play a lot. People see that all the time. $2,600 in Kroger, $2,500 a month on billboards. I do 3 to 5 months out of the year. And then neighborhood Facebook sites. Guys, I think this is a big one. I want everybody to watch this. Let's go to Facebook. Pick your neighborhood. I think this is a winner. Anderson Township, homes for rent or for sale. So I've got 218 members, and all I'm doing is posting, you know, I guess 3 to 5 days out of the week, listings of other homes. And see here, I put who the listing broker is, so I don't take credit for it. But guess what? How many people you think that these are my listings? Almost everybody. You know how I know that? They're always asking me about them. John, I love your listing on Markley. Kid you not. So pick a neighborhood, pick a suburb. Here's my personal neighborhood, my old neighborhood. Let me show you this one. Brandon Moore subdivision. 107 members, only 155 homes. So you can post in your neighborhood what's going on. You know, Easter egg hunts, Thanksgiving turkey trot, new restaurants. There's other people posting in them. But the beauty is that you own them. So here you own the Facebook page. You should have at least 2 or 3 of these pages, at least, where you can go and brand yourself. You know, all of these homes that I'm posting in here, guess what? They lead right back to my Zap page. That home sold, so it no longer appears. But that's how you brand yourself in front of a farm, is you got to go create the page. Okay? Neighborhood Facebook sites. Let's go back over here. So when you're in Canva, one other thing I wanted to show you over here on the left, you've got uploads. So this is how you're going to add the photos, right? And then you could have a separate folder with your logos. Okay, we've got a distinctive property. Here's our Kroger cart. This is on Kroger cart, so that's a little bit different, a little bit more info. This is kind of cool here. There's a site out there, you can just Google it, where you can remove the background. So here in 2020, one of my goals is to, on Zillow, I want to have my picture on all of my photos. And you can go and just Google remove background. Remove, there it is, remove.bg. It's free. All you do is upload the photo and see how it's removing the background here of this gal. So that's remove.bg. but I think we all should be doing that on our Zillow photos. And it should say, call me for a showing with my phone number. That way, when you go onto Zillow, they don't see the other agents. That's one thing I wanted to show you. We've got several different logos in here with nothing behind them. This is what you have to use for EDDM, and it can be really small. Okay, there's the postage, and that's who it goes to. Okay. Jeremy, anything else you were hoping that I would cover?
John, one thing I'm always impressed with is your yard signs. Sorry about that. Is your yard signs. Can you talk kind of the pride you take and what it looks like when someone pulls up to a listing, directionals, those sorts of, kind of your opinion on that?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull them up while we're on the phone. We're on the meeting here. Beth, Alex, I don't know if she's on or not, my Lifesaver transaction coordinator. Let's see, addressed for success. Banner, flyers. Trying to pull them up for you guys, but I have 18 by 24 yard signs. And I try to do, my goal is at least 2 open houses a month. I'm telling you, I've always hated open houses until the last 2 years. And I've gotten really, really good at them. I just picked up 2 podiatrists, husband, wife, at an open house in January. They're buying a $500,000 log cabin. And Chris Sanker is listing their condo for me in Northern Kentucky for, I don't know, $135,000. But I guess going back to the main point is open houses, even if they're for another agent, are just a free way for you to not only pick up the buyers, but put your signs on busy street corners. It's so easy. It's free. I'm going to show you, but Beth delivers for me twice a month, anywhere from 5 to 7 signs, and she puts them all over the neighborhood and on the busy streets leading into the neighborhood. I'm going to try and pull them up for you. And this is the one thing that I love about Jeremy at ERA Real Solutions is the freedom to kind of, you don't have to advertise Sipsy Klein. Okay. So of course we have to have Real Solutions on there, but he lets you put your face on there. And let's see if I can pull one up and show you. Darn it. I should have had that up. I'll find it here before we're done, but I'm telling you, when you see these, and I have them everywhere, gosh, they look great. And it's free on busy streets every weekend, every other Sunday. And if I have agents do them for me and they don't have signs, then guess what? Beth's putting them up for me. What else? Does anybody else have any questions? Let's see.
There is one question in the chat box from Tim Cox. Do we have a recommendation for someone to set up a landing page that was like Chris Sanker's? Do we know who did that for Chris?
Chris, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I had a personal friend do it. His name was Joey Thomas. He did it through WordPress, but he's kind of hard. Like, this is not his full-time job, so getting him, to do something for you guys might be a little bit more difficult. But it was done through WordPress, but that's really all the information I got. I've tried getting him to do some work, some video work, because he does my videos for me too. But it's not his full-time job, so getting him to do side gigs for some people is very difficult sometimes. And I know a lot of people have reached out to him before. I think John's reached out to him before for some video stuff. And I don't know if he even got back to you or something like that. So he's not like a pro at doing this. He's just a personal friend of mine who was able to put it together for me.
So it doesn't take much. Really, I think the MK could do this for you. Jeremy, let's look into that. Wayne, let's look into that because this is pretty impressive by Chris here. And I think a lot of us, want to go this route. This looks fantastic. So I don't think it's that hard. I think you just got to come up with a design of what you want. And then, in Zap, you can do custom pages. So I don't think it's that hard. Great question, Tim. Going back to my open house signs, here they are. Pictures, I think, are everything. I think the pictures grab their attention. When I drive by signs all the time, you can't see DeCurtins Team, right? No matter how big you want to try and make that, you see the pictures. And then when they start seeing the pictures elsewhere, then they connect the dots. Let's see.
John, there was a question. Can you show us your regular yard signs too?
It's very similar to this. If not, let me see if I can find it. Same guy created it. So there you go. There's the costs. I went aluminum. Greg Buckman with B&D Graphics, who does a lot of our prints. He does a corrugated plastic, which I do use. I forget the other type, but this time around I went aluminum. So they are $65 each. And I love them. The Coroplast. So that's a little bit cheaper there. The aluminum looks fantastic. I'll tell you, my main competitor in Anderson has one that when you're driving down the road at night, it glows. It's money. I will be doing that next. You can see it in the night. You can't see mine. And we're both at our neighborhood entrance. Drives me crazy. Okay, here. Nope. Sorry. I'll try and find it here.
Okay, another question. Wayne, maybe you can jump on this one for us. ERA client reviews. Is there a way to upload reviews to Zap?
So currently, we have been for a while, and they are in the process of updating it. I don't really have too much detail, but we have an option to ask for a review from Zap. Very simple to do. If the contact is in there, push a button, send them an email. The review from Zap is 4 very simple questions. 2 of them, and they can hit submit and be done. No long page after page, very simple. So if you simply send those out, they actually come back onto your Zap page without you having to do anything else. As far as the second review that is automatically sent out when we have a closing, we have the ERA customer satisfaction survey sent out, and that one currently has just come back to it's an award tool. You obviously get a copy of it that says, hey, John just reviewed you. This is what he said. He gave you 5 stars. So what is happening very soon is those ERA customer satisfaction surveys are actually going to automatically post to Facebook and drive leads from Facebook and other social media sites to your Zap website. So that's something new that ERA is doing. So the ERA customer satisfaction surveys, which are only closed deals, will, if you get a client to fill that out, obviously does go to awards, but will actually feed directly to, social media on your behalf without you having to do a thing. Right now we still have 2 of them. The new updated Zap platform, from what I hear, they are gunning to have just one automatically sent from you and from ERA, and then having it both come back to Zap and social, but not sure exactly the time frame. So for now, we have two. But if you have any other questions, let me know. Hopefully that answered that, Heather. But if you have any questions, just let me know.
So you can see the difference between mine and Mike Vasquez. So here's my page, right? And make sure you have the home concierge. That has to do with Home Advisor. Jeremy, does everybody have this? Or do they have to individually allow it on their Zap pages?
It's my understanding everyone should have that.
So make sure you have that home concierge. But coming back to, here's mine. So this is where I've went and requested clients to review. This is what it looks like. Okay. Now let's skip over to Mike Vasquez's page. So here's his page. Now he has manually inputted them. Wayne, which, in a time where we're getting Facebook reviews, Zillow reviews, Google reviews, now Zap reviews, I almost like the way Mike has done it because he can go grab them from somewhere else and just put them here. Wayne, thoughts, pros, cons?
Yeah. I'll tell you, obviously you have a chance to not bother someone with the potential, like you mentioned, of another review. Those right there, if Mike sends me to his page, I can be like, oh, great. He's got a bunch of folks, but I am smart enough now. I am not going to a restaurant where if I go to their website, they've just copied and pasted reviews. So, because guess what? They're not going to copy and paste where I said, well, Mike's a good realtor, but he was, whatever, just a little off this time or whatever. Or, I go to a restaurant and they're not going to put on their website, yeah, service was pretty bad tonight. Everything's just perfect. So you have to be aware that, you are, I know that you are not going to put a negative review on there. Every single one of them is going to be perfect. So, and we're not perfect. So, so that's one piece of it. The second piece is really, there's no chance to Google based on those testimonials. The Google reviews and how they happen are just totally geared, or the Zap reviews and how you send it out and how it comes back. They are 100% geared towards, Google and getting attractive Google and having your stars on there. So, there's not a right answer, especially since we're still sending 2 of them out. But, it's pretty simple review. Anytime I've asked someone, I've not had one person say, I'm not doing it. So, you got to kind of find, who you might be able to do it to. And then one more thing, and I'll shut up, but the reviews from Zap actually can be anybody you want. You can send one to your neighbor who, is just a good friend that just knows you're a good realtor and that you work your butt off, or, people you've worked with in the past, your sphere. It doesn't have to be a past client to be able to send out that review link in Zap. So you can kind of build it with more, with, hey, help me buy a house, help me sell my house, but also a lot of character into it. So there's kind of a, 2 ways to use that Zap review.
Loan officers, termite guys,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people we should be reaching out to place a review for you. That's your brand, Here's a great opportunity for Mike Vasquez to upgrade, his branding. This is a fantastic agent, but he's got an opportunity here to change some things, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is straight from Google. So, when I was at corporate, I was fortunate enough to be able to have, conversations with folks that know you know, how Google works. And if you sit down and Google something, like what happens in the background, and, you know, they would always say, you know, as long as there's a recent one, that's the key. But 5 Zap reviews with the way they come in star is 10 times better for the client, for Google, for everyone, than having 100 testimonials there. So, you know, you just, again, you know, there's no, you know, there's for me, there's really not a right or wrong answer, but, you know, he could ask 5 people to review him, beg 5 people, whatever, you know, and have that switched over, and be more effective in, you know, in kind of the world we're in now.
Any other questions? Sorry, I wish I had my yard signs. I'll post them so everybody can see them at some point.
Yes, yeah. If you can, maybe you can just stick them on a post in the hub or something. That'd be great.
Okay.
I know right now we're at 2:48, so right at closing time here, but there is one more question, John. Do you see more leads from Zap websites or through your business Facebook page?
Leads. I would say it's probably 50-50, but I would say Facebook is gaining serious traction because I've focused on Zap for a while, but you can't have, you got to have both, because once you do get them from Facebook, they're going to go look you up. They're going to go to your Zap, you know, your website. But I did get one this week. I posted on a Facebook page that I had a buyer. So I really think these pages are the future. I posted on Claremont County yard sale. And so I'm on these pages all the time. Here you go. Let's see if this is it. But I just posted a little bit about my buyer, and somebody tagged somebody that they knew that had a condo for sale. And the owner of the condo went and found me on Facebook and asked me to be her friend. And after chatting online, I said, hey, can I hear a little bit about your condo? Here's my number. She called me, and she is looking to sell the condo and then also looking to buy. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath condo. It's just her and her dog. Well, now her boyfriend just moved in and he has a dog. They need a bigger place. So, but I got that from these Facebook sites. It must not have been Claremont County yard sale. It may have been Amelia. Here it is, Amelia buy, sale, trade. And trying to see where my post is, but you'd see basically all these people starting to comment on it. So it was great. So I think Facebook is a big part of the future, and but you got to have that foundation set. They're going to go do their research on you. So your Facebook page, you got to keep it classy, because you got to build that trust. And then when they go to your Zap page, they know that they're dealing with a pro.
Well, John, thank you so much. I know your time is valuable, and we're all very, very appreciative you spent 45 minutes to an hour with us sharing the branding. Great job, great work, great preparation. And again, a true pro in the sense that every piece that he distributes is very, very consistent. Like he said, Facebook, website, print ads, EDDM, grocery carts, billboard, everything just very, very consistent and matching, and just doesn't spend only on one of those mediums. So again, John, thanks so much for doing that. Reminder to everyone, we do have more trainings. This is the 3rd one of 6. Visit the website beasmarteragent.com, and if you go to Career Center, there all of our training events are posted. So the ERA corporate ones are Tuesdays at 2:30. Ours are always Thursdays at 2 o'clock. So thanks so much for taking time to join us. And John, thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. See ya.